Little one is going to chase chickens. Baron, you're not helping. You're not helping, G-Rock. You're not helping. We're not doing another goddamn chicken podcast today, sir. That's just not happening.
Oh, yeah, it's Turkey Day, right?
It's Turkey Day, Garbage Day. There you go.
Turkey and Ham Day.
Nobody gets the Garbage Day joke?
What about Spam?
Spam's delicious.
I like Spam.
Spam is absolutely delicious. Oh, I forgot to mention, everybody, by the way, something I wanted to mention earlier and had completely forgotten to because, well, Hungar showed up. So that's always going to be the distraction for me, that I'm going to just pay attention to that crazy old man. But hang on, I got to swap out my mouse battery because one just died, and that's okay because my work one's right here. So I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to show you guys all something that makes me happy.
Is it legal?
Wow. What did you think it was? Janet. I don't think, Janet, I'm a little shocked. Janet, you seem like such a nice, fine young lady who's only ever seen 3 porn in her life. You know, the one with the guy with the eye patch?
Yeah, that's right.
Still the funniest thing I think said on
his nickname was Deadeye, but I won't talk about it today.
Don't want to know. Hey guys, look at this. We're at 197 of 200. If we get 3 more people saying that they want to follow this project, BackerKit will treat it as a serious endeavor that we can undergo. So wow. Thank you everybody who's signed up with multiple email accounts, nerds.
Where is the link?
Throwing it in the chat right now, Janet.
As I'll go.
You can grab it from there.
And I'll share it. Is it okay if I share it?
Absolutely. So the goal, when we do hit BackerKit in February, the goal is to raise $5,000 for the project. The game's already written, so the money that we're raising is for 3 things: paying the writing team, paying the layout team, and paying the artist. That's what it's all there for.
I'm going to share it.
So there'll be no fear of anyone who backs it not getting the game. You'll get the game. Just your support will help make it pretty. So please. All right, that seems like a very good super heroic ratio. Enough room for heroes to be extremely special, but numerous enough for them to each deal with each other at some point, and also for newcomers coming in. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the Zenith universe is going to be presented to you, and you guys can do what you want with it. Did she find it in a forest? Oh my God, Crafty, shut up. Just shut up, Crafty. In a box. Oh my God. No, Crafty, no. And no, we're not doing yogurt jokes today either. Thank you. Move along. Thank you. So, Janet, what'd you get for Christmas?
Well, one thing I got was these. They're heated socks. They're plugged in right now, so I can't do it. I can't use them because I do a lot of stuff outside. Because I'm not going to talk about, but they use a coop and they lay eggs every day.
Yeah, those would be chickens. We're aware.
Yeah. I know, but you said not to mention those.
No. I didn't say you couldn't mention them. I said let's just not turn it into another "What Kind of Chickens We Have" podcast.
Well, I have rubber boots and my feet get cold, so so someone was nice enough to get me some warm socks with batteries.
So how many chickens do you have in total? Like, what's your number?
I have 12.
12. Okay, so that's not so bad. The stink isn't so bad.
It's backyard chickens.
Where I grew up, they had chicken farms, and my Jesus Lord in heaven, was that a stink. Like, chickens are not a pleasant smelling creature. Let's just put it that way.
No, you got to keep them clean. They're coops.
Yeah, well, when they've got thousands, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. You can do that when you have just a couple.
Well, yeah, exactly. So do you have fresh eggs every morning for breakfast?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't
eat them every day for breakfast. Sometimes I'll just eat a boiled egg, or or make egg salad sandwiches. But I'm always asked to bring deviled eggs, for dinners and things like that. So, and I give a lot of eggs away.
When I was a kid, I used to find it so strange that we'd go to a church function and someone would bring deviled eggs, and just as a kid, I'd be like, "What? That doesn't make sense."
They're good though.
They're delicious, but why are they in the church? It makes no sense. Why are you bringing the devil's eggs here?
Oh, devil's eggs. Okay.
Well, deviled eggs, right? But I was like 10. So for me, it's
I know, but I still didn't connect it because I don't know.
I think that's the problem. I think most people don't connect it, and I'm just fucking autistic, and that's what that is. Yeah. So there we go, There we go.
That makes sense.
So what else did you get other than socks?
I got some earphones, some Bluetooth earphones, but they go into your ear and they stay in, almost like the little Bose sleeping ones, so I can work out and not be dropping them all the time.
Nice.
And I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I think that's it. And a couple cards and a picture of my dad. My sister sent me a nice picture of my dad. It made me cry because it's so much work for her to have to get him in and out of the car and take him to a professional place because he hurt his leg and he has a real bad atrophied leg. So she has to help him.
Okay. Well, that's sweet.
It was sweet of her.
Well, people, we hit 200. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Make that number go up just so that way they think it's an even better project. But yay, we're at 200. Yay. Thank you so much.
I shared it on my ex. I got almost 7,800 or something like that followers.
Wow. That's quite the
I wonder if I could share the link on my other channels, like
share it wherever you want. You can go look, you want to print it up and hand it out to people on the street. You do that. That's
TikTok.
You, man.
I got TikTok and Rumble.
I can't do the TikTok, man.
Well, that's where I started, because I made my very first video and I sent it to my friends, and I was on an elliptical and I was looking at the camera and I was looking at my lithographs of Wolverine because I love Wolverine, and I was like, I'm coming for you, Wolverine. I've been on a dry spell so long, I'm gonna tear your ass up. Like that. And I sent it to my friends and they just thought it was hilarious. They said, you need to start a TikTok. So that's why I started. That's what I started doing for fun.
That is disturbing.
Well, that's what I do. Most of my stuff's shorts, but it's fun. I do it all for fun. So I'm not monetizing anything yet. So
well, there you go.
Just for fun.
Well, thank you, everybody that got me up to the 200, and let's see where it goes from there. Matt says, of all the gifts I got, the one my oldest daughter got me is really awesome. She commissioned her friend to recreate a portrait of my Baldur's Gate 3 PC. Is he with a bear? Is he seducing a bear? What's going on with that picture, Crafty? I mean, it's you. It can't just be a normal picture, Crafty. What's the hook, Crafty? Come on. What's the hook?
That meme will never die at this point. Every time someone mentions Baldur's Gate 3, that meme is always going to show up. Oh, did you fuck a bear?
Well, dude, whenever I'm on John's Ye Old Geeks channel, he has one of his codes in it is exclamation bear, and it says, did you enjoy my cameo in Baldur's Gate 3?
Perfect.
And then that turned into everybody making the joke that I need to start a new channel called Only Bears, which they don't understand probably already exists.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I can Google it and see.
No, well, that's your Google, not mine. My buddy told me this morning. He said he explained to his Italian mother, who doesn't speak English, my bipolar bear experience with usernames on the internet, and she apparently was howling with laughter that she thought it was funny. So what happened was Janet, I'm a big fan of the character Bipolar Bear from The Tick, whose entire thing is, there's trouble afoot, but sometimes I just can't get out of bed. The idea of this bipolar superhero. So I went on to a forum, I signed up and pick a name, and my brain went, I'll be Bipolar Bear. So I put bi-polar bear, Bipolar Bear. Apparently people are reading that as Bipolar Bear. So I got a lot of pictures I never wanted to see in my DMs on that.
I can imagine from both sexes.
No, it was all penis. It was all penis. There wasn't. I listen. If there had been one set of tits to balance it out, I would have been like, all right, it was worth it. But no,
well, that's one thing I've always been curious, and it's I got a couple guys on here I can ask. Why is it that when guys are always wanting to have threesomes, but when the girl asks, well, let's bring another guy in, the guys always say no.
It's a competition thing.
Yeah,
I know, but why is it okay for the women have to share a woman, but the guys don't want to do the opposite? I just don't think it's fair.
So let me ask you a different question, Janet. If you were to poll and survey women on whether they think two men together is hot or not, and you poll and survey men on whether two women together is hot or not, you will see a very different number on the yes, it's hot. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I know a lot of women who are like, ew, two men together, that's gross, so it's like, okay, so there you go. It's a nice painting, man. That's awesome. That's a really great present. That's really cool, dude. It's nice, Crafty, and you kept it wholesome, dude. You're getting better. But I would never have a threesome. My Jesus Christ, I can barely pay attention to one woman. I couldn't imagine two in the
That
bed.
was my thought, and people called me freaking stupid.
Like these guys are like really overestimating their abilities. I think at this point in time, it's like, son, you can't make one woman happy. How you gonna make two happy? You know. A friend of mine had that. He had a threesome. I said, how'd it go? He goes, at one point in time, I just went and had a cigarette while they just kept themselves amused. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah. Most of my friends are guys, and they're always talking about, how they're the best thing ever.
Like guys?
Yeah, the guys are always like, they're always talking themselves up, talking smack about themselves. And I'm like, well, I hope I never meet the girls that you've supposedly conquered.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to ask them, since, they're the guys are my friends, I'm going to ask them, how was it? And they'll say, oh, it was this big. No, I'm just kidding. But, I don't think anybody should brag about themselves. I think that it should be private. Yeah.
Jesus, Malachi. That's dark.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at in the chat a while ago.
And then Robert Bell's like, haven't I seen Jack Reacher? This conversation is uncomfortable. Let's talk about a different thing.
Okay.
That reminds me of being new to the internet and seeing how many people were also into British TV, but I also said I was into BBC. Oh, fuck. That's funny. You guys don't know what BBC means in the dark side of the internet?
I don't want to know. But I'm going to know.
What does it mean? Can you put it in the private chat?
No, it just means big black cock. That's all that means.
Too much information. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
I did ask, though.
You did ask.
I deserve it. But yeah, it's just weird. All that stuff's weird. But I don't know how people deal with all these apps, these dating apps and stuff. That's a lot of... I don't no. I got a lot of friends that do it, and I'm like,
it's mostly
you guys
desperation.
are crazy. It's too dangerous.
I spent some time on the international dating web pages for a while, meeting women from other countries, and the thing I learned was is that okay, so for every 100 people who message me, 90 are a scam, or want me to go to their OnlyFans or go to their ChatterBait page or whatever it is, whatever. Of the 10% that are left, 90% of them just want to get out of their country and they're looking for a doorway into the first world or something like that. So, and then of the 10% that's left of that, those 10 women, so of those, one of them is a serious human being who isn't just a complete fucking train wreck. You know what I mean? Like, it was really weird. But as a result of that, I've met women from all over the world, made some really good friends. I've got friends in Romania, Colombia, the Philippines, Russia, the Ukraine. It's really nice. It's really kind of cool. And one of the things that's really refreshing about it is when you start talking to women from other countries as a white heterosexual man in his 50s in North America, you realize that you still have value because you're not immediately dismissed for not being a young buck, a young stud. You're actually you're a man, and they appreciate that about you. Sorry, was that?
More serious.
Yeah. Whereas,
settle down.
Well, and they're also
women that I talk to that are 30 are like, I'm just sick of the players. I just
want that's the thing, right? And these women,
a real relationship, not just okay, let's go. How many times can we sleep together?
Well, and they want a man who spends less time on his hair than they do. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Now, I got them covered on that front. I spend no time on my hair, so I'm good to go. The last thing you need is knowing mom knows what BBC is. That's but no, that's the thing, right? It's just we are so into a weird place right now in the dating world, and my best friend's son is in his 20s, and I just feel bad for the kid because he's having a miserable time, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's not like the old days, son. It's changed. The world is a very different place in Western culture, and I don't envy young men's lot in it because all men get painted with the same brush now. It doesn't matter if you're a good guy or a bad guy. You're going to be treated like shit automatically as the default stance, and that's not good. That's wearing on the psyche of a lot of people, and it leads to weird things like Andrew Tate worship. And Andrew Tate is a fucking twat of the highest order. Hello, American Bob. I'm assuming you're from Janet's World since your opening was Merry Christmas, Janet. So Merry Christmas, Janet, from American Bob.
Hi, Bob. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, he's one of my friends
This is a nerd channel where we talk about geeky shit, so you might not like it if you're here for Janet's regular.
No, I talk about my
inspiring.
comic books, my cosplay, all that kind of stuff.
What do you cosplay as? What are your cosplay choices?
I've done, I love Star Trek, the original Star Trek, but I like, I've been an Andorian, I've been a Romulan, I've been a Vulcan, I've just been a regular Trekkie, or a person or whatever. I've dressed as Trinity, I've been Magenta, I've been Janet, I don't know, I've been a whole bunch of different characters.
Magenta, really?
Yeah, I did Rocky Horror Picture Show. I told you I do that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I just cosplaying as Magenta. Interesting.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I have a video from my last Comic-Con. I was a Andorian. I got to meet Christopher Lloyd and William Shatner, and I got my Federation of Planets manual autographed by them. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun. And then the following weekend, I went to Rocky Horror Picture Show as Magenta this time, because I'm always Janet. Everybody wants me to go as Janet. I was like, oh, of course. Boring. So I want to do something different.
Sadly, I was always a Columbia guy. That was the thing for me with Rocky Horror. I was Little Nell was just to me,
Yeah, I've been Columbia too a couple of times. Years ago.
You don't have the hair for Columbia. Come on, your hair's too long.
Wigs. I got over 50
women
wigs.
in your wigs ruining the world. I swear to God.
Blonde, brunette, redhead, short hair, long hair. I mean everything. Yeah. I get so many compliments of blondes. It's like men all want blondes. It's just the way it is.
Actually, that's a lie. I like blondes. I won't lie.
Well, I mean, that's the videos that I get the most views on are all the blondes, blonde wigs,
Fair.
Blonde.
Wigs will save your marriage, says Bruce. Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce. Good morning.
I hear the hounds at the door, Curtis, the ones that always turn these streams into a nightmare for me. Look at them. They're sniffing around the door. RBG Grandma will be here soon, too.
Oh, no.
That fucks Cody and Brian when I need them. Yeah,
we need some lawful good in this.
We really do. Like, my goodness, this gets a little too into the chaotic sometimes, right? Well, what's your comics you like, Janet?
Well, my favorite comic book series of all time is called The Midnight Suns. Have you ever read it?
I know the Midnight
Suns. I love the dark arts. I love Doctor Strange. I love Morbius. He's one of my favorite anti-heroes. And then I love Ghost Rider, and they're all in the Midnight Suns, which I love. And then Hellstrom. But
Damian Hellstrom, the son of Satan.
Wolverine. I love Wolverine, and I love Deadpool, and I've got a lot of Deadpool comic and cable.
What you're telling me is you don't like superheroes.
Well,
you like anti-heroes.
Another series called The Boys. Have you ever read that?
I hate that comic.
Oh,
so let me explain why, Janet.
I love the show.
Let me explain why. I love the show. I think the show is amazing.
Yes,
it
is.
Because the show actually respects superheroes while pointing out their insanity. The Boys comic, okay, Garth, we get it. You hate superheroes. Stop writing comics about them, please. We understand you hate superheroes and think they're all idiots. We get it. Thank you. Stop. So I read the first 20 issues of that thing, and then by then I was just like, okay, Garth, you hate superheroes. Why am I reading this shit? Because
well, the thing is, it's not so much the comic book; it's his view on it. His view on superheroes. Because if you really think about it, look how many obnoxious assholes you talk to every day online, every single day. Okay, they're behind a keyboard and they push everybody around. They treat you like shit. No, you're showing your face. I'm talking about people that are anonymous people in every single app. Okay, you don't know who they are, and they're dicks and assholes. Okay, and they treat you like shit. And the fact that they can do that is just the same thing of being a superhero that's all cocky and thinks he's better than everyone. That's why Homelander, to me, is a perfect representation of what you'd most likely have if you had people that were superheroes treating everybody with disrespect because they're better than everyone. Yeah,
but that's the show. If you read the comic, you learn very quickly that Garth Ennis's view of superheroes is that they're all incompetent, degraded, reprehensible,
drug addicts.
Yeah. So he doesn't see them as having any capacity of anything good. They're just all shit from the word go, right? And that's why I lose interest in it, because I have a deep respect for the superhero. So when I watch Mystery Men or I watch The Tick, I can see,
Mhm.
even though they're making fun of the absurdities of superheroes, they still love superheroes. When I
Yeah,
read
like
The
Superman.
Boys, yeah, oh, Superman's my number
Yeah,
one,
because
man.
yes, mine too. Because Superman was raised to respect life because
Hmm.
he had two parents that adored him. Basically, they weren't his parents, but the ones who found him, his Aunt May and all them that took care of him. So the thing is that he loved them too. And then when he
Yeah.
found out who his real parents were and stuff, he loved them. So the whole difference between Superman and some of these other ones is the fact that he respects life, and everything he does is to protect it. How can you down that? How can anyone not like Superman? I don't know. Anyone who
So
doesn't like
I can
Superman, I'm
explain
afraid
it
of.
to you if you'd like, Janet, but they've all heard me
Sure.
say this before, so I don't know how many of them want to hear me give my Batman Superman conversation again. So maybe we'll save it for
Well,
later.
okay, later on in Discord
Oh,
or
you want to
something.
hear it, Curtis? You want to hear it again? All right, here we go. So the biggest problem with Superman
You
is that
couldn't see, but I was thumbs down.
I know you
Oh.
were. I could feel it. But you're going to hear it anyway, nerds. The biggest problem with Superman is no one understands him. That's the first problem. So when you hear people, when I was a teacher, I used to ask my students, okay, who do you prefer, Batman or Superman? And then invariably, 90% of the room, Batman. Okay. And then I would ask the next question, why? Invariably, the next response is going to be, well, he's a self-made man and Superman was just born with his powers. And I go, great. Now, let me explain to you why you're wrong. Superman did not know he was Superman until he was 18 years old. He was Clark Kent. He was raised as a good country boy who was taught values, and the biggest value he was taught was to never show off. Never, ever, ever show people up. Just do everything you have to do to get the job done, but don't try and make other people look bad while you're doing it. He then later finds out that he's actually the last son of Krypton, Kal-El, sent to Earth to lead them, to show them the way, and to bring them into a better world. Or as Jor-El says, they want to be good people. They are capable of it, and they will follow you. They will stumble, they will fall, but they will follow you into the sun. So the whole point of Superman is that he is supposed to be a role model for us. Superman could end crime overnight if he wanted to. Superman could just get rid of all nuclear weapons overnight. He could stop war with his super brain, his supercomputer. He could end all disease. But he understands one simple, basic truth, which is this: if you give it to people, they will not appreciate it. Anything given is neglected. Anything earned is defended. So Superman must provide the role model. Therefore, Superman is a father figure. And in the 70s, father figures went out of style real fucking quick in Western culture, and suddenly Batman, for the first time ever, became more popular than Superman. Why? He's a self-made man. He drives a good car. He kicks people in the ass. He does all this stuff, and people could relate to that. Batman is the cool uncle. Superman is the disapproving father that expects us to do better. Well, we live in a world now where we don't want fathers to tell us to do better. We want uncles to tell us to get the bag. Batman is a revenge fantasy. If Bruce Wayne really wanted to put an end to crime or diminish crime in Gotham, he would not take his millions and millions of dollars and dress up like a 6-foot bat and punch psychotic clowns in the face. He'd open up schools in the poor neighborhoods. He'd create Wayne Tech jobs for poor people to come have something. He'd put free health care all around the city because he would understand that the core root of crime in America tends to be poverty. But instead, he dresses up like a 6-foot bat and punches people in the face. Superman is a role model. We don't want role models anymore. We want them to go away. And that's why Superman is not popular anymore. And it's sad, because more than ever, we need Superman far more than we need Batman. But that's how I feel.
That's kind of how I feel about Captain America, because Captain America was my favorite as a kid.
Mm-hmm. And
that's my other favorite.
Iron Man is the one that, to me, that was the bad boy that all the girls wanted, because he had a lot of money. He was never serious. All he ever wanted to do is have a good time. And lots of my friends liked him. But see, I liked Captain America because he had morals. He was in love with a woman and all he wanted to do was be with her. But he couldn't because she would die. Because we don't know how long he would live, just like Wolverine. So maybe that's one reason why I liked some of the characters I liked, because they were a tortured soul, and all I wanted to do was, hug them and be there for them and try to be the woman, to help them feel good when they were with me. I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I'm just saying we all want something in the characters. That's why we love them.
So, Flady, what you're doing is you're not listening to the words I sang and you're interpreting them as something other than what I said. I clearly said Superman understands that anything given is discarded and anything earned is defended. And that is what I said. I did not say giving away things does not have value. I never said that in the heartbeat of what I said. You must always listen to the exact words I say because I am the person that chooses his words for a reason.
I think he meant the part about Bruce Wayne just giving people schools and hospitals and whatnot.
No, he said the thing about he said literally, you said giving stuff away has no value. And that's my reference to Superman giving us freedom, giving us crime-free world and all that would be discarded because it is not cherished because it wasn't earned by the people. They would just feel like they were being lorded over by someone who gave them a perfect world. And we've seen through experiments like the Mouse Utopia and stuff like that, if you give people perfection, they will destroy it. But if people earn it, or destroy themselves.
It made me think of politics immediately when you said that, because you have whole neighborhoods that are built and then they put people in them for free. And next thing you know, within 5 years, it's graffiti and trash and holes in the wall and it turns into a dump. And that's because they don't have to earn anything. Everybody's just given everything. And it happens all the time. That's why my dad
very well
make us work for our money.
Well, the humans do very well with a little bit of challenge and a little bit of adversity. Too much, we can get overwhelmed and then just descend on ourselves, and not enough, we become complacent and self-destructive. But if you give us just a little bit of adversity, we can rise to the challenge. We're very good at that. We're very good at stepping up when needed to be stepping up. Problem with our modern world is, and this is a dark topic for Christmas and we'll move on real quick, is the adversity is starting to outweigh the advantage of fighting it. And that's where we're starting to get now as a society. We're starting to feel overwhelmed by it all. And that's a sad thing because and that's why I say we need Superman. We need Captain America. We've had enough Iron Man and Batman. Let's get some noble heroes back on our side.
I know in the Spider-Man movie, like the detention video with Captain America there.
I love that video.
It was played off as like a joke, but I'm sitting here going like, no, our society needs this. They need that role model, reminding them of the best parts of themselves. Like we need that in life. And people were like, ha ha, funny joke. And it's like, but we need this. Like,
yeah, humans aren't really good at dealing with what we need, right? Merry Christmas, Ace of Spades. You got a free membership because TN Tory bought people memberships. I think it was yours was on that list. So congratulations, man. Yeah, you can't force freedom on people. People have to earn freedom, right? You can't force your culture on people. People want to embrace that culture. So this is the thing, and that's the primary difference between Superman and Batman for me. It's a deep thing. And even if you piece of paper. Go ahead, nerds.
So even if you step away from like the philosophical side of it, having Superman take care of all crime is not a healthy, permanent plan for the planet, right?
No,
we need to be able to develop our society and manage it ourselves rather than, oh, Superman will take care of it. Let's just do whatever we want.
Well, and this is why Batman's villains, if you look at Batman's villains, they're fucking insane, right? They're a psychotic Joker, a horribly scarred split personality, a man who thinks he's a penguin, a person who thinks the riddles, a guy who wants to use fear gas to make everybody hallucinate. And why are they so insane? Because they must be crazier than the guy who dresses up as a 6-foot bat. Because if they weren't crazy, we'd be going, why is this motherfucker dressed up like a 6-foot bat? Then when we go, oh, psychotic clown, yeah, that makes sense. We're good, and that's just the way it is. It's superheroes are a truly American mythology. And like everything else in America, they are a culmination of other ideas that came together and fused into something truly American. And that's why I love superheroes to the end of time. I think they're a great thing. Superman is the one before all, right? He is the one that blazed the path. He is the one that was the first, that he's the one who showed them how to be. So Superman should always be that guy. And I have seen it in role-playing games. When I've run a DC Universe campaign role-playing game and I have Superman show up and go, I need your help. We're going to go do this thing and we have to get it done. All the players are like, absolutely, Supes, we're in. Like, they don't even question it. If I'm running a homegrown game, it's like, Megarion shows up and goes, come on, guys, I need to go do that. Like, who the fuck are you? Fuck you, Megarion. It's like, no, it's Megarion. Everybody loves Megarion. They don't give a shit. But if it's Superman, they're all like, yes, sir, Superman, we're happy to do it for you. It's like, he is a very important mythological character. You can get into the deeper aspects of it, where he is basically the immigrant story in America, which is a very cool thing. And he's also a Jesus or Moses analog as well. And that's a whole other level of getting into the character at that point in time. But at the base of it all, in the heart of hearts, Superman is good. And we would do a lot better to aspire to be Superman in our lives. Just saying. That's like Spider-Man.
Every girl, I mean, as me, as I have one daughter out of 5 daughters, and I was the middle daughter, and I was the tomboy, and I did everything with my dad. We hunted, we camped, we mowed, we, did all kinds of stuff outside. He taught me how to use a gun, how to fish, how to clean a fish. I looked up at my dad like he was Superman,
Yeah.
That's how I admired him.
Girls want to date Batman and marry Superman. That's the difference between the two, right? It's like that's the difference between the two right there. Because Batman's going to drive the cool car and take them to the great restaurants and do all that good stuff, where Superman's going to go put the house together and plow the field. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference.
Also, something.
Why do they always say that about girls be having daddy issues if that was the case? Because girls tend to always want to go towards someone they look at like their dad or something. That's what I hear. I don't know if that's true or not, but.
At 53, I can tell you from all my male friends, boys also have mommy issues.
Also, bear in mind, Superman actually married the love of his life. Batman has yet to do that in any timeline.
No, he married Selena Kyle in one timeline.
Did he?
Yep, and they have Huntress as their daughter, Helena Wayne.
I did not know that.
Aha! Welcome to the Earth 2 DC channel. I'll be telling you all about the alternate universe DC.
Oh, is it Earth 2? Do I care about Earth 2?
You get the fuck out. You get out. You leave. You fuck off and you die. No.
I only say that because I know nothing about Earth 2. So
Earth 2 was when in the 50s when they relaunched the DC universe with the new Flash, the new Green Lantern, all that stuff. They still had Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. So they sort of were like, I don't know, what do we do with all this? And then Gardner Fox did a comic called The Flash of Two Worlds, where Barry Allen was reading comic books about Jay Garrick, and then he winds up transferring through time and space and arriving on a world where Jay Garrick's a real guy, and that became Earth 2. So all the Golden Age adventures happened in Earth 2, and all the new Silver Age Plus stuff was happening on Earth 1. But then in the 70s, Roy Thomas and all these guys brought back Earth 2 and started telling stories about it. And they did the All-Star Squadron, and they had the JSA comics come back. And I love that shit. That's the DC universe for me, right? It's just the way it is. So my Superman has gray temples. You know what I mean? Like, that's my Superman. So I'm quite content with him. Let me just sneeze. Hey, God. Thomas and all these guys brought back Earth 2 and started. Okay, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I know. That was always the joke. Why are they Earth 2 if they're the first one? Yeah, I know. But it's okay. It's fun. If you want to have some fun getting into that type of mentality without getting into the Earth 2, Earth 1 stuff, read Robinson's Starman series. That's really good. Or pick up the Golden Age 4-issue Elseworlds. That is amazing. It's probably one of the best comics I've read since 1985. It's really, really good. But ultimately, everybody has what they love. And as long as you love it, there ain't nothing wrong with it, right? That's the point. It is just what it is. It's just what you love. And that's okay. I never got into the arguments. I never got into the Earth 1's better than Earth 2 and Marvel's better than DC. Like, people have asked me this. Are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan? I'm like, I have to be one or the other. I can't be both.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough.
You know? I prefer Star Trek, but I don't hate Star Wars. I watched Star Wars. So, I watched Bad Batch. I watched Clone Wars. I loved Mandalorian up to a point.
Yeah, same here.
You know?
I really liked Republic Commando. That was a video game, and I really enjoyed it.
There you go. Right. And this is the thing. We just need to understand that it doesn't have to be tribal. We don't have to be tribal about shit all the time. We can actually just enjoy things, and it's okay. Unless you enjoy Star Trek Discovery, and then you're a bad human being, and I don't like you. Because you have no taste.
I only watched the first episode. I love Star Trek.
Yeah, which Star Trek's your favorite, Janet?
The original series, because that's what I watched with my dad. And I always dreamed one day I could maybe join the Federation and you know,
Hmm.
be equal with everyone else as long as I was good at my job, but get to go do things, interesting things. But I like different things about different Star Treks, you know, like I like some things about Second Generation. I like some things about Deep Space Nine. You know, it's just here and there. But I haven't watched the cartoon or any of the newest stuff. I haven't watched any of it because everybody said you won't like it, so don't watch it. It might hurt you. It might hurt your feelings. So I just haven't risked it.
Well,
I don't want to do what I love.
I love the original series. Like, I mean, you know, I came up when there was no other Star Trek but the original series and some movies, right? TNG is whatever. There's episodes of it I like. There are episodes of it I don't care for, but overall it's whatever. I love Deep Space Nine. I'm rewatching it right now, and I'm just absolutely just having such a grand time. It is my favorite Star Trek that isn't Star Trek 2, 3, and 4. Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home. That is quintessential Star Trek for me. Voyager, hit or miss, mostly miss. Enterprise, again, hit or miss, mostly miss. Everything after, pure tripe, except for Star Trek Prodigy is really good because it's the only show of the modern batch that understands what Star Trek is about. Hope. That's what Star Trek should always be about, is hope. So it's really good in that regard. Season 3 of Picard was nice because it was like a wrap up of the TNG, so it was kind of nice that they went back to the well for that. And to answer your question, Crafty, I fucking hated Lower Decks when it first came out, and then based on Brian Gaming with ADHD pushing me, I rewatched it and I watched all 4 seasons of it, and now at the end it's not bad, but I still hate the primary character there, Beckett Mariner. I can't stand that fucking character, but overall I don't mind Lower Decks and I'll watch it. There you go. That's my Star Trek.
If you could pick one person, if you could pick one person, not the actor, but the actual character from one of the shows that you could meet in person and spend the day with them, like eat dinner, hang out with them and stuff, which person out of all of the characters would you want to hang out with?
From all Star Treks everywhere?
Yeah, all of them. From every single thing. You could only pick one. But just the person from the show, not the actors.
Yeah, the character, the actual character. Good question. Who would be the least tiresome would be how I would rate that. Like who would I like? If I'm gonna spend all day with them, who would I get to the point where it's like, okay, just go away, please, and leave me alone? Dr. McCoy.
Okay.
Sounds like we could get drunk and cause some trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the day would be a really interesting day with him, you know?
Yeah, it was hard for me to decide. But after watching Deep Space Nine and, you know, and little bits here and there, and then really thinking about it, because someone asked me that, and I was like, I couldn't think. I couldn't just pick one. But over time, I was like, okay, do I want to be with somebody that I'm going to be, you know, dreamy over the whole time, or someone I could actually laugh with, not know what's going to happen next? So I would say Quark. Yeah, I think I could have great fun with that person.
Worf, Quark, and Kirk are off the list immediately because the odds are high I'm going to die if I hang out with them for the day. Because I'll get in the way of one of their enemies, you know what I mean? And I'll just be the red shirt in that scenario. So fuck that. Cisco, interesting. You want him to be your dad? Oh my god! Should I start calling you Jake? Should I call you Jakey?
But Cisco's a good man. I mean, he's a very good, strong character.
I agree. He figured out the secret to get rid of Q. Punch him, and then Q goes away and never comes back. It's awesome. Picard, Janeway, they indulged Q's bullshit games. Q kept coming back. Cisco popped him in the jaw, never saw him again. There you go. 15-year-old me wants Tasha Yar. I was into martial arts. 48-year-old me wants to hang with Cisco and still hang out with the actor who played Cisco. I would never want to hang out with Avery Brooks. I've seen him interviewed too many times. That guy is a weird dude. That guy's got some strange thoughts. He's like the anti-Morgan Freeman or something. I swear to God, I saw interviews with him and I'm like, holy shit, he's a good actor because he is a nut bar. Like, he's a weird dude. Least tiresome, Morn. Yeah, hang out with Morn all day. That'd be awesome. Just the fight's on. Picard didn't have yes men. What are you talking about? Okay, Girls, you're both pretty. We'll take you both to the prom. Okay? No fighting in the chat, boys. No nerd wars.
Uh-huh.
No nerd wars. Well, where the hell is Max Boivin? He was supposed to be here. He was like, I'm going to get up, take the dog for the walk, lift some weights, and then I come. And he's now 2 hours later and still no sign of that French bastard. I hope nothing bad happened.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's quiet. Guys, anyone in the chat who has a channel, wants to come on in and hang out for a bit, please come. Like Bruce, if you want to come in and hang out for a bit, let us know, man. Like, I don't mind. Malachi, if you got your channel set up, let me know, man. Come on, let's do it.
I keep looking at my clock to make sure, because I don't have to go in there and get my stuff.
Uh-oh. Nerd shared something. Bears bingo. She made something called, can you zoom that in? I can't see it, sweetie. Rand, okay, can you send me this, please? I need this. Send me this image, please. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Hates on minis. Oh, nerds.
Oh, Kate, you'd be fun up here. I wish she did have a channel. Sorry, I was reading her comment.
I see that. Nothing wrong. I'll be here soon. He's like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times, he appears.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Nerds, please send me this on Discord. Pretty please.
Sending it now.
Thank you. That's funny. Brushes his beard. You shut up, lady. You're so mean. You're so mean. You would spend the day with Q, Mr. Boivin? Oh, no. Pizza prep. Can't do that. That's right. You're making your crazy pizza. Got it. I have a channel, but just set up the streaming today and it won't be available. Yeah, you got to do the 24 hours thing before you're allowed to have that. That's true, man. That's true.
It's weird because I got approved instantly.
Yeah, but you had your channel for how long?
Oh, I think I started posting stuff in like 2016, I want to say.
Yeah. When you set up a YouTube channel, you cannot live stream for 24 hours.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, when
how
I
do you
get
set up a channel, Janet? Kate wants you to tell her how to set up a channel, Janet.
Okay, when we get on Telegram or on X, we'll have to DM each other, and I'll show you. I'll send you a live, a thing, and invite you to my channel, and I'll show you how to do it from behind the scenes.
Let's go ahead and share this, and we'll zoom in on it. So we got Bears Bingo made by Nerds Nerd. Here you go, guys. Random cat attack, changes Bastard Sword's dice system, talks superheroes, no one asked, thank you. I'm not going to tell bouncer stories, tells bouncer stories, eyebrow malfunctions. Eyebrow malfunctions?
You have some pretty wicked eyebrow functions sometimes, man.
What the fuck are you talking about? Mr. Max is misogynist, hates on minis, translates for Mr. Max, that's just Quebecois, imitates Mr. Max, brushes his beard, free space, back in radio school, visibly bored. Yeah, that happens too much. Insane hand motion while waiting, taught over 3,000 students, uses the dad voice, Connell midget joke. I'm not going to talk Bastard Sword, talks about Bastard Sword, 20 years in film, talks Star Trek, no one asked, stop playing D&D, tells viewers not to subscribe. Okay, fine. I resemble all of those statements, Nerds Nerd. Thank you. Part of me is honored, and part of me wants to hold your head under the water till the kicking stops, but that's okay.
Exactly what I was going for.
Well, and you succeeded, young lady. You succeeded. That's funny.
I shared something in the private chat for you because someone's asking for it.
Now. Twitter. Oh, Janet's Twitter? Okay, well, I'll share it, Janet, but I'm an anti-Twitter kind of guy.
Well, it's X now. It's extreming.
Oh, well, that changes it completely then.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I can't help it.
So there's no Brian talks about England? Well, no, because it's about me, Baron. Come on. She'll do one. It'll be maybe me talking about Brian talking about England. That could be there. Malachi can't stop laughing. All right. Yuck it up, fuzzballs. Enjoy it while it lasts. At Bear the Genesis GM is now my mission to get a square on that bingo. So weird. So weird. I have a Twitter. I never use it. I have no interest in it. I find Twitter just.
I'm on my 4th account. I keep getting banned. So.
Well, what are you getting banned for, Janet?
Well, the other ones were all, I got banned because I did all politics stuff on there and I get pretty mouthy. But now they have spaces. So I just go in there and bitch and moan and say shit. And they don't care about so much about that. But this time I tried to focus on, my comics and my nerd stuff, basically. And then I have at the top, I have my book. I've been reading my book out loud in like small bite-sized pieces on my channel. So I have that bookmarked at the top. So basically that's when I started doing streams so I could read my story.
What do you mean by this? I don't understand what you mean, Mobius. We're all canned as soon as he figures out how. Oh, on YouTube. As soon as I figure out how to ban people on YouTube. Yeah, you're on the fucking list, buddy. No, there's very few people I would ban. It's only the people that come in and cause shit that I would ban. People that come in and just cause fights for no reason or just try and be assholes to people, they can fuck right off. But everybody else is more than welcome.
He's only had to time out like 2 people, and I don't think you've had to ban anyone.
There's only 2 people I ever timed out: L and that Connell Sword guy that was basically accusing, went on Cody's channel and was talking shit on my channel. That guy, yeah, he got the fucking you don't see the channel treatment because
you can block here. You can block people on YouTube?
No, you used to be able to. Now you can do is hide their comments from the channel so they can still interact with your shit, but their comments won't show up. I wish I had a Latina and
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go check my food. So, but thank you for letting me stop in and say Merry Christmas.
Always a pleasure to have you on, Janet. Feel free.
Maybe after we cram food down our throat and you're, if you're still up, I might jump back in and burp a little bit.
We're running till 8 p.m. Eastern minimum tonight, so you're more than welcome to come back later if you want.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much, and you guys have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
See you, Janet.
Bye, Janet.
Everyone.
Now back to you, nerds, nerd.
Uh-oh.
So you think you're funny, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Baron, are you going to stream to your channel?
Possibly.
Oh, Janet's still got us streaming on her stuff. I think I'll remove it because, she's not here, so no point in objecting her fans to us without her, right?
Hmm.
So, Janet, if you're watching, I'm going to remove your streams since you're not here, Nothing personal.
Yeah, that feels like an insane level of trust